Good swing.
It's definitely way better than yesterday.
Yeah. Right, I think the big thing that I kind of see there a little bit, just my initial look, is that the stance was getting a little narrow, right? So then we start to try to control the club face and not feel powerful as we're starting to swing. So make sure that we've got ourselves a nice firm base where we can feel powerful from, right? Good. Okay. So just as I was kind of saying here a little bit, right? Just as I was kind of saying here a little bit, some days we don't always have it, right? And that's why we need to kind of shut it down every once in a while, come back with a fresh mind, right? I'm seeing a lot of good stuff here. So our path is looking pretty good here. Our face is looking pretty good. Our club head speed's where it needs to kind of be for, what, 13, 12 years old? 12. Yeah. So, I mean, we're right there in the ballpark where we need to be. You know, we're getting 190, but the big thing is we're eliminating the bushes and shrubs and ponds, right? So we're hitting it down the middle. We can go find it and put our iron on it, right? That's the most important thing, right?
Also, I saw like the videos of the pros bringing it to here and then like this, I feel like I have a lot more power and I feel like I can swing my club way faster.
Okay.
Because I also would only bring it up to here and then I would be like that.
Okay. So you're letting the club set up at the top a little bit, allowing your body to gather what your swing's doing, right? Instead of having a little too short and a little too quick. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I would like really have to try it because it's only up here.
Yeah.
It's only right here. And now I bring it to here and it's enough distance where it catches speed. So I swing way faster and I'm hitting way farther, obviously.
Okay. Well, speed's not everything, right? But if we can keep it in the middle, about 200 right now, would be a really good start for us. Okay, partner?
Which is where we are, 200 in the middle.
Yeah, that's perfect. We can play that from the tee box that we're going to be playing from. Feel yourself get a little bit behind that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so
Had my club face open.
yeah.
I didn't break my wrist on the way down.
Well, the other thing that we kind of see there just a little bit, right, is it looked like you were trying to add loft to the ball, right?
Put it, I think, right here.
Right there.
It's like cut at the bottom.
There we go. So kind of remember, right? You know, we've already set ourselves back behind the ball, right? We want to just kind of turn back, turn there, and then try to drive forward a little bit. We don't need to kind of add loft to it, and that just gets the face open for us, okay?
Okay.
Good job, okay? Remember to have that wide, powerful stance that makes you feel comfortable, right? Have that right foot squared off, right? And you can turn that left foot out just a quarter of a turn. There you go. Allow for that hip rotation. There you go. Good. Okay. Now the other thing that we want to kind of do here with the driver club, right, or one of those, is let's make sure, go ahead, set up for me, big guy. Okay. Good. So, right, we want to have our left toe up closer to the ball than our right toe. Okay, so if I got like a little line here, okay, so set up. Okay, we want to be kind of like this. Okay, see how that, get that toe up there? Good. See how this one's a little bit further back? Okay, that kind of helps sets us up so we get to the inside part of the ball a little bit better. Okay? We don't want to have this foot back and this one forward. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because then we start to get that little over the top move that we're trying to get away from. Okay? So there we go. Okay? Good. Okay? See how that right foot's back a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? You'll see that with all the pros. They all get their right foot stepped back a little bit. Okay? Good. Good. Just turn through it now. A little left. Okay. All right, let's let's take a look at that guy real quick, okay?
Okay. Obviously, definitely was not the best one, but
No, but we want to take a look at those nonetheless, see what we did wrong, and that way we can correct it.
it's not in the window.
Alright. If I had to make a bet, we probably just got a little quick at the bottom.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay. We can allow that head to drift back just a little bit. Okay, see where JT's at?
Mhm.
Okay. You're keeping it in the circle very well now, right? Compared to where we were, right? We were really getting that head going forward, but now you can kind of see that you're kind of keeping that head in the hub a lot better. Okay. We just want to try to feel like we're kind of turning that head just a little bit more behind it a little bit, because what's happening, I think, is that you know you're kind of on that line, so you kind of drop back a little bit to get behind it a little bit.
Okay.
All right, so as we see here, let's take a look here, Bron. All right, watch your head. See how it's going forward?
Yeah.
All right, we want to try to keep our head back behind that, right, and feel like we're really launching up. See how you're trying to get your head back into position now?
Yeah.
Okay, we want to try to get ourselves turned in that position, staying in that position, and then you see how JT gets that head to drop back behind that bubble a little bit? Okay, not going to say we're going to get there exactly today, okay, but we want to try to make sure that our head's turning behind that ball, right, kind of like that, what we do with that drill, all right, and then, all right, getting a good set right there. I like where the hands are up at the top there. That's pretty good right there. Hips turning back nicely, okay. We're just, you know, as you can kind of see, those arms kind of fall away from us a little bit. See how you got that stretch going on right there? That's because that head's going forward, right? So if we can kind of keep that head back on the turn a little bit better, and then just kind of feel like it's kind of going in reverse just a little bit, then we're not going to have this motion where we got to feel like we got to get back underneath it a little bit. Does that make sense, big guy?
Yep.
All right, partner. All right, so don't worry about the ball right now. Let's just kind of set up for a sec for me. All right. And, okay, so, all right, so we can get this guy right here. All right, I want you to take it back, and I want you to move your head away from this line for me. Yes. Okay, good. Once again, move that. Now you did better on the first time. Move your head away from that line. Yes. Better. Okay, once again, move your head away from that line. Good. Okay, move your head away from that line. Good. Once again, move your head away from that line. Good job. Now we're going to do that again. Get up to the top, stop. Okay, good. Now start to come down a little bit for me. Feel your head kind of going this way a little bit. There you go. Good. Okay, once again, move your head away from that line. Come on down. There you go. Okay, once again, move your head behind that line. There you go. Okay. So do you notice how much weight is on your back foot when we're kind of doing this, right? You can see in the video that you're kind of getting that weight transferred to the front just a little too early, right? And that's when we get that, you know, hook down, you know, this little thing right there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So give me a couple practice swings. Don't worry about the ball. Try to translate that feel that we just did, and let's see how we do, okay? All right. Feel like your head's moving away from that line. Yep. And yes. Very good. Let's do that again, please. Yeah. Once again, move your head away from that line. Kind of stayed on that one there. That was great for an iron shot, but not for the driver, okay? Good, good, good. Yeah. All right, let's try it one more time here. We're doing good. We're on the right track. Move away, stay behind. There you go. Once again. Move away, stay behind. Good, good, okay? So that'll help get our low point a little bit more behind the ball, help with our launch angle a little bit, right? And keep that weight on the back side just a little bit longer so we can launch that up. Does that make sense, big guy? Mm-hmm. All right, so with this shot right here, for the next 3 shots here, I don't care where it really goes, okay, how far it goes, okay? We don't want to get in the world of performance right now. We want to get in the world of technique, okay? So I just want to make sure that you get a feeling for your head turning away from that line a little bit, staying behind that, and then launching up and releasing your hands a little bit. Does that make sense, big guy?
Yep.
All right. Any questions?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Let's go. Let's do 3 balls for me, please. Good.
Better.
Our spin rate went down a little bit there, good. And here's the big thing, right? I know it's not the be all end all, right? But now your low point is behind, where the other ones were a little bit ahead. Okay, so now your low point is 2 inches behind the ball, which is better than 2 inches ahead of the ball. Does that make sense? And then we start putting spin on it and we have to do something. Okay?
Alright.
So here, once again, do the drill one more time here. Get a feel. Alright, turn our head away from that line, stay behind it. There you go, good. Once again, turn behind it, stay behind it. There you go, good. Right? You can really feel if you want to get that club back on our line, we really got to rotate those forearms through impact, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we just can't kind of leave it open, okay? So that's the only thing I saw there. All right, keep your, right? Turn the head behind, stay behind, and release your hands as you come through, okay? Mm-hmm. There you go, buddy. There you go. Good job. Okay, definitely got behind it a little bit there, right? Okay. Good job. So once again, let's come back to the drill just for a sec. Get a feel for it, right? Here we go. All right. Here we go. Turn our head behind. Stay behind. There you go. Okay. There you go. Okay. There you go. Good. All right. Let's see what that position is. Good. Okay. A little bit ahead. We got onto that lead side a little early, okay? Just a little bit. What happened to our yellow guy or orange guy? Probably went back behind here. Yeah, there he is. So here we go. Set up for me. Good. So as you go. All right, feel that? Okay. Now as you come on down and through, there you go, right? Release your hands. Okay, that's going to get that club face back square, okay? Right, because if we kind of get here, it's just going to feel like it's open, right? So we want to get here and really feel our arms and hips turning through as we go through, okay? Mm-hmm. There you go, right? Feel your head turn behind that ball and stay behind that ball. Release your hands through impact for me, okay? One more time, we'll take a look at this guy. Right, widen that stance for me like we talked about, okay? Making sure we got a nice, wide, powerful stance, enough to turn around and generate speed. There you go, buddy. Okay. See, set up for me. Good. So as you come back, right? Don't be afraid, yeah. Okay. You kind of still keep your eye kind of on that ball a little bit, right? Let it kind of go. Yep, there you go. And then as you come through, right? Kind of like how we did the drill where we look at the camera, look at the screen, right? There you go. Good. Okay. All right, just feel like there's an imaginary wall there on our head we don't want to smash through, okay? Okay, good. Let's take a look at this guy. Go ahead and give me a swing, and then we're going to look on the video, okay? Okay. We're just trying to get our head movement better.
I didn't move my head. I already know.
Getting into the line just a little bit. It's okay. Good job of working your head back behind it, okay? Good. All right. Now, we got this little reverse C going here, right? So once we get here, right, we need to have our weight really kind of going through and finishing on a firm left side. Does that make sense, big guy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So our head's going to turn behind it. Impact is going to be behind it. But as we come through on our follow through, right, you're going to see that we finish up on a firm left side. Head probably just over the left heel a little bit. Okay. Where yours is just a little bit behind it. We're getting that reverse C. Okay. You'll get away with it now, but as we get older, you'll start to get a little bit of some pain. Does that make sense, big guy?
Yeah.
Okay. So, low point. But I like that the low point is getting better. Okay. Let's go again. Load it on up. Good. All right, let's see where we got the ball placement at here, right? Widen that stance for me. There you go. Square up that right foot. Turn out that left. All right, there you go. Good. Good. Okay, better. Good. Good. Alright. Now remember, we just want a smooth swing, big guy. We don't need to kill it, okay? Good. There you go. Good. Much better. Much better. There you go. Better. There we go. There we go. That's the speed we want to try to hit at right there, okay? We don't need to get any faster than that right now. We're just trying to go through, get our technique down, okay? Whenever you're ready, let's hit one, man. Don't try to kill it, right? We're just trying to make some good solid contact and work on our technique here, okay? Go again. Alright, so still getting the head in there just a little bit. We're working it back just a little bit. Okay, what else I'm kind of noticing here is a little bit of a slide. You see that? Okay, so let's kind of go with this little guy real quick. Okay, let's get a feel for it. Do you feel yourself kind of moving off the ball or sliding a little bit there?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good. Alright, so set up real quick. Step on up this side. guy here. Okay, so go ahead and get your left hip up against that. So here, so here, step on up a little bit. There you go, big guy. All right, we're gonna put this thing right here on the left hip. Nice, so go ahead and step on up. There you go, don't worry about the ball. So come here. Here, this is what we're gonna do. Let me show you. Okay, so I'm gonna get this in a good position here for us. We'll get this thing out of here, whatever that is. All right, hold on. Is that your hybrid?
Where?
Right over here.
No.
Okay. Somebody left the club behind.
How much like my dad's grip? I don't think it's his though.
All right, so I want to get this thing kind of in a position right here where I've got about a softball grip. That's not working exactly well. There we go. All right, so now what we want to try to do is we want to get this feeling right here. Okay, we're not going to worry about the ball right now or the club. Okay, we're going to get that thing right here, get the club across our chest, right? Feel ourselves turning back towards the camera, getting that hip to get away from that line a little bit, okay? And then feeling ourselves turn through a little bit. Right now you can see that we're going sliding across a little bit, right? And then I think that's what's getting you to hang back a little bit. Does that make sense? So come on over here, big guy. Okay, put the club across your chest. There you go, good. So we're gonna get on up over there, a little bit more. So, up, up, there we go, get that thing right there on your hip, okay? Good, so I'm going to give you about, so stay right there, about maybe like a fist width or a baseball's width, okay, away from it, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and get into position for me. Okay, good, give me a wider stance than that, that'd be, there you go, good. Now what we're going to try to feel here, or what we're going to do here, okay, is we're going to feel like we're turning our right hip inside of that noodle, right? Okay? Good. Okay. Good. Okay. Again. There you go. We want the left knee to drift back a little bit, but not too much. Okay, so keeping this guy on the ground. There you go. Good. Okay, again. There you go. Okay. There we go. There you go. You feel that? Okay. There you go. Much better. Okay. So do you notice there's not nearly as much movement in this pattern compared to the one that you're putting into the golf swing? Right? A little bit more tighter, right? A little bit less movement, right? So let's go again. Yeah. Good. 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 Okay. You can let that left knee come back just a little bit for you. All right. So stop. Do it and stop. Where do you notice your weight in your left foot?
And my toes.
Okay. You don't want to have it there. Okay. We want to have it more in our inseam. Okay. And we want to have it in our heels. Okay. So let's try that again. Okay. Okay. Feel less in your toes and more in your inseam? Okay. Good. Okay. Because once we start getting too much weight out towards the toes, when we start to come through our downswing, we're going to start coming towards the ball a little bit. Does that make sense? And then we have what we call early extension. There you go. Good. There you go, buddy. Okay. All right, chin up. There you go. More bend from the waist. There you go. Good. There you go. Okay. Good. All right, I want you to turn and stop for me. All right, where do you notice your pressure in your feet for me?
The heel.
Heel, and where in the left foot?
In the middle.
In the middle, good. Okay, that's where we want to feel those things in our feet, okay? Let's go again. Yeah, yeah. All right, do it again. Turn and stop. Now, do you feel the coil within your abdomen? Right, you wouldn't want to sing a song in that position, right? Does that make sense? right? So what you're doing now is you're starting to coil a lot more, right? We're going to get more power and resistance, right? Instead of having our right hip slide out, right? And then we get a lot of over hip rotation. Okay, so we're just kind of turning all together here. So we want to try to have the feeling, okay, that my upper body is turning against my lower body, right? I just don't want to have everything kind of moving like this, because then what happens, we slide on down here and then our low point starts to come on. Even no matter how much our head stays behind or not, you're just kind of getting the head behind a little bit because you're sliding behind it, not turning behind. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that being said, get this on up over here.
The T seems like it's a little cut diagonal at the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little different. I have to feel. All right. Definitely. Okay, so let me kind of do this real quick with you, okay? All right, so set up for me. Okay, so as I get on over here, right? Okay, I just want you to get up to the top. Stop for me. All right, see how you're getting into this? Okay, I want you to turn inside of that. Better. Okay, better. Yeah, there you go. Much better. There you go. Don't let your arms get so high, okay? There you go. Good. Okay. So making sure that we don't have this hip sliding off, right? We want to have it feel like it's turning up and away, right? And not just sliding across. Okay? Go. Okay, better. Good. All right, so want to definitely have the feeling, right, that the upper body is turning the lower body around and not just kind of moving all together, okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. Good. Set that for me. Okay. We don't need to get that thing across the line, okay? Right there, big guy. Okay. Good. Once again, sit up again. Good. See how this butt of the club would be pointing right back towards our intended target line, okay, or ball line. Once I get in like this, then we're going to get pretty steep. Does that make sense? Okay. Up to the top. Stop. Yeah, there you go. Okay, good. Get a feel for that, right? Once again. Yeah, much better. Getting there. Good. 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 There you go. All right. You feel how, I guess the word would be, it feels a little bit more laid off a little bit, right? Instead of getting across the line. Okay. All right, let's just take a few swings here. We'll take a break for just a sec and then get back to it, okay? All right, good guy. Give me about 3 swings here, right? A lot going on, right? Trying to get that hip to turn, trying to keep our head behind the line a little bit, not getting ahead, right? Working on the low point. Okay. Good. And if that's all the speed we go, that's fine. Okay, we don't have to do it fast. We just need to kind of do it to get a feel. Okay, big guy? Okay. Good. Mhm. Mhm. Go ahead and swing. You're going to have this on your head. Okay. Better, right? But did you feel how your head was still moving against that just a little bit? Okay, did you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay. Go. Give me a swing. There you go. Yep. Good. Good.
Used to teach probably behind the.
Probably behind, man. Never ahead.
Break out.
Now, I think a few other things are going to help us in the future, right? Once we can kind of get a club fitting, I think that club's way too long for you, even if you choke down a little bit. But I think once we can start getting into the world of a club fitting or something like that, or a club that's better suited for you, I think a lot of these things, not going to clean themselves up, but it's going to be a lot easier. Does that make sense?
My dad doesn't usually buy me new clubs. It's usually like an old, or not old, I should say, like my grandparents' is like family member, like their cousin, or a friend of theirs has like a set. I'll usually take it. This was my dad's, so I took it because he doesn't use it anymore.
Yeah, but I think if we got a little bit, maybe softer flex for us a little bit more length for where
He
we're
said
at.
this was the flex I need, like a team flex or a women's flex. He says what this is.
Okay, who says?
My dad.
Okay.
And he bought it off Amazon, so it would say like what flex it was. I think I don't know.
Okay.
That's what he said it was. That's why he changed it.
Okay. Well, let's keep trying. Let's keep going. Okay, big guy.
He has it on my other mini, the burner mini. Wait, no, this is the burner.
Okay, good. All right. Club path's doing pretty good. All right, good. And we'll start. There you go. Turning that hip behind us a little bit. Good. Better. Okay. Good.
At first, I definitely would have been against it.
You what?
I didn't move it my head that much, bringing it back. But when I bring it back down, I'll bring it back. So I think.
Alright, so once again, I'm not trying to kill it. Okay. Alright, feel your head go back behind you. Okay, so here, I want you to feel this. Okay, set up for me. Good, turn. Alright, so as you go, come on down. Okay, feel that? Okay, once again. Set up again. Turn back. Alright, come on down. There you go. Now as we come on through, now bring that weight all the way forward. Get that foot moving for me. Get that right foot moving. Right foot. Your other right. Turning through. There you go. That away, partner. There we go. See how you're on a good finish right there? All right, once again. Okay. All right, good. Okay. There we go. All right. There you go, my man. You set that up the way you want. Good. There you go. there. Turning behind it, staying behind it. Give me a practice one. Good. Better tempo. There you go. Okay. All right, let's move it just a little bit back in our stance, just a little bit. The other way. There you go. Good. Good, good, good.
High and straight.
Got a better result as far as height and everything like that, but we're still getting that low point head, right? So let's take a look at this guy real quick.
So the driver, are you supposed to be ahead or behind?
Behind.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if you take a look at JT here, he's 3.6 inches behind the ball. His low point is behind the ball. So about where his club head is about the low point. Okay, let's take a look at yours. Okay, whoop, heads back into that circle. We traverse it just a little bit. Getting better there. Okay.
It almost looks weird seeing me like be able to do this, like bring my head back so easily after seeing all the pros do it and I see me do it. I don't know. It just feels different watching me do it. I've never seen me do that like that good. I usually don't even move my head or I bring it forward.
Okay. So hey, let me give you one suggestion here. Let's just go with this kind of feel here. Okay. I want you to kind of feel on the next couple swings. We're not even going to worry about the ball. I want you to feel like your left shoulder's getting over your right foot. Okay? Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah, so if we look at JT here, if I drew a straight line over here, right? Let's talk about that, right? If I look at his lead shoulder, right, you can see that it's just inside of his right foot, right? When we take a look at yours here, right?
It's right in the middle.
Yeah, it's kind of more in the middle, right? Okay, it really hasn't turned back as far as it can, right?
Kind of where the ball would be. Kind of a little bit more like right here.
Correct. Correct. Okay, so that would get our head kind of turning back behind it, right? If I got that lead shoulder back there towards that foot,
Yep.
okay, instead of in the middle. So let's not worry about the ball. Okay.
Setting up.
All right, set up. Okay. So all we're going to kind of focus on here is we're going to get that lead shoulder over our right foot. Think about that for a minute. Better, right? Feel yourself really turning behind that ball now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good. Good. All right, so swing up to the top. Feel that lead shoulder getting more over that right foot. All right, go again. All right, so now, see where we're at? Okay, good. Now we're turned behind it. Do that one more time for me, okay? Feel that lead shoulder get behind. Yeah, see how that head's getting behind it now? Good. Okay. All right. All right, feel that lead shoulder turning back behind it, getting over to that right foot a little bit. Yep. All right, give me a small swing like that, okay? Just get a feel for that lead shoulder going over our right foot. Right? And what are we doing with our hip? Hip's turning back nicely now, isn't it? Right? Okay. Good. Do you feel a little bit more degree of turn now? Okay, that's good. Right?
I also feel like with this foot, I'm not on my toe as much.
Yeah, because
I always end up usually like this or like this.
Okay.
But when I do that, it comes through like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Like he is, where he has his foot like this. I don't know how he just break his ankle.
Yeah, he's trained, right? Classically trained. All right, give me a good wide stance. Good. Right foot drop back off the line just a little bit. Good. Now let's feel that left shoulder, that lead shoulder, trying to get over our right foot. Yep. Better. Okay. One more time for me. Good. All right, give me a couple swings here, okay? All right, I don't want you killing it, okay? I just want you to turn your left shoulder behind your right foot, or to your right foot, okay? That's fine. Let's go again. Load it up again.
I just didn't try to kill it.
Alright.
Where'd it go? Straight up?
I don't know. I didn't record that one. Just trying to get you a feel, right? Not trying to get you in the world of performance. Right? So we kind of move the ball back just a little bit in our setup, right? Good. Okay. So now I just want to kind of have that feeling like that lead shoulder's getting over my right foot. Okay. Let's try it again, big guy. Loft. There you go, partner. Okay, let's try to get that lead shoulder kind of moving, feeling like it's over that right foot. Go low. Good job there. Still getting the hips to over rotate a little bit.
I am not pushing my head forward.
Let's take a look here.
At least I don't push it too much.
Let's go again. Okay. And then I want to do a few drills where we're doing some tilt and turn, okay? Get a feeling for what that left shoulder is supposed to be doing a little bit better, okay? Good. Once again. You what's that?
99.9 miles per hour. That is good MPH.
That's your miles per hour for your ball speed. Yeah, not for your club head speed.
Pretty fast. Is that my mom?
Your mom's already here.
She's here early. Mostly.
Okay.
To a lot of things. That one I had a better weight transfer. There we go.
Takes time, right? Now I want to try this. I want to see what we do with a little bit taller tee, okay? All right. Because when we have a little bit of a short tee, right, it kind of promotes the right shoulder to kind of get involved a little bit. We want to really feel like we're kind of staying underneath it a little bit or behind it.
I get scared when I have super tall tees because I never tee my irons or my woods because I'm scared I'm just going to hit it and it's going to be good, but it's too far above the club, so it goes straight up, it goes 30 feet in front of me and drops straight back down. And it goes, nope. That's just, I don't.
Well, let's give it a shot. Let's be brave. Okay, I think you're doing good. Okay, give me a good wide stance, right? Okay, good. Let's try to hover the club a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Wow, I feel like I have so much speed.
Right? Feel like you got a lot more speed in that now, don't
That
you?
swung felt so quick because it wasn't on the ground. Am I
Yeah.
supposed to float it?
I personally do. I like to hover it. That way I don't have a resistance to it. We'll take a look at JT here. Let's just kind of see.
I tried to hover it
Right.
at the range one time because it was a higher tee and I didn't want to move it. So I decided to float it, and every time I've had the club face hovering, I hit it dead straight, 180, 200 yards,
Okay, so
like
let's
30 swings.
let's jump on in here and take a look at JT. So just before he starts, right, he sets on up here. He's got the club on the ground a little bit, and then he gets it hovering just a little bit, right, and then he goes.
Oh, so you have it on the ground while you're standing there.
And then you kind
before
of
you go to swing, hover it, and then you go.
Yeah. So that's what a lot of the good players do. A lot of drivers do that, right? So one thing it does is it takes away the resistance and the feel that we have with pushing the club against the ground a little bit. And the other thing is now I don't have any resistance as I take it back. Now I can just kind of take it back the way that I want, right? And the other thing is now we're getting the club to kind of match it better where the ball is a little bit, especially with that tinier driver. Does that make sense, big guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you think I should get a big head driver? I have one in my bag, but it's way too small.
Well, you know,
Like
you're going to get more forgiveness out of that for sure with the bigger head. You
So,
know.
What do you mean by that? It's not going to go as far.
No, I mean it'll probably go just as far, but you gotta think the face on that and the mass of that club is going to be greater, so the forgiveness is going to go up a little bit. That's why they've got the big drivers now. The mini driver is going to give you a little bit more speed, right? That's kind of the design, right? Like a little fighter pilot. Now it's a little bit faster and stuff like that.
So
So
smaller, so it's quicker.
a little bit, right? A little bit more, you know, for the better player, it's going to be a little bit more of a. For them, it's going to be a little bit more of a BB shot, especially like Ricky Fowler. Going to be kind of more of a two-wood nowadays than it would be a driver. That's really what it is. It's a two.
So do you think I should get a big head driver? Because I want to, and yeah, I'm gonna have to get my wrist around better because it's a bigger club, and like you said, it's more mass. But I could always practice on that.
I'll be honest with you, I think the big thing is not the head per se. I mean, the head is important. The big thing is making sure that we get the shaft and the length that matches you the best, right? Now, just because we bought it off eBay or Amazon and it says that, doesn't actually mean that it is. There's not really a lot of quality control, not to get into too much, right? But the big thing is I think if we could get a shaft that really matches up to what you do, right, and gets you a little bit more, you know, higher launch angle is good. Now, mind you, our attack angle's down, right, with that club right now. Okay, so we need to stay behind it and work on our technique quite a bit. But I think also the other big thing is going to be if we could get ourselves, not, you know, I think the head's fine. I just think that maybe the shaft might need to be adjusted. That would be my big thing for it. Because you're choking down quite a bit, right? And there's a lot of counterweight that you have at the bottom end.
Okay.
Does that make sense a little bit?
You can tell me all the things about the shaft so I can let my dad know, because if it's not the right thing, and that's what's not, I would say, messing it up but not helping my swing, then yeah, we need to get the right shaft on this club.
Well, the big thing is that's why we go to a club fitter like maybe the PJ Superstore or Champions, whatever, Club Champion or something like that.
We've been to a dedicated on golf, roller skating, bikes, baseball, tennis, and like a whole sports store. It's small. It's probably like this, just without that wall, and a little longer. But it's dedicated mostly to golf. There's a whole wall in the back of just golf.
Good. Hey, come on in, my man. How you doing? Doing good. Be with you in just a minute, all right? All right. But that's what I would suggest about that. Okay? So let's keep on going here just for a sec, okay? So I like the idea of hovering the club a little bit, right? I think it gives us a good free feel for what we're trying to do. There you go. Good. Getting our attack angle down a little bit now. Getting closer to B, which is good.
That's 5. That's 3.
Correct. There you go. Good. There you go. Just a little bit. There we go. Hover our club just a little bit for me. Attack angle's getting closer to our B, which is good. We got this. Go. Set up for me. Just hover that club a little bit for me, big guy. Let's take a look at that guy, right? See where our attack angle is?
Yeah.
Okay. Oop, that was annoying. Let's see. Let's take a look again. One more time here. You playing it all today, my man?
No, my dad's working. We're thinking on maybe Friday after my lesson. I just wanted to get like the driver down and the irons down, like remember everything, because I didn't necessarily remember all of it. And then Friday we're probably gonna play, because I just wanted to make sure like I remembered the swing, the grip, where to bring it back, where my stance is, how to hold my hand. Like I kind of forgot all of it, so
Okay.
I just wanted to do it again.
A little refresher.
Yeah.
I get you. Let's go. You're doing good. Good. Where do you think that left shoulder was? Okay. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Okay.
Probably not where it's supposed to be. Not over the foot.
Okay, so you can see, right, we're really not turning back behind it at this point, right? You still get kind of stacked on top of it, just a little bit here, okay?
That one I didn't swing very good.
Okay. All right, but you can see that head's really starting to get back ahead of us again, and then we're trying to get behind it again. Okay.
Alright.
So let's go over a few drills here to kind of work on. Okay. All right. So first things first. Let's grab this thing right here. Okay.
Oh, this drill?
Yeah, yep. But we got to get back into the world of feel. Okay, so I'm going to put this basket on top right there, okay? So let's kind of step away just for a sec, put the club across our chest. Okay, good. All right, so what I want you to kind of do is I want you to feel like the butt of the club is turning to just about the top of that basket for me. All right, a little bit more down. Okay, so here we go. Once again, set up for me, good. There you go. Feel that? Okay. Once again. Good. Okay. Let me kind of do this for us just for a sec. Okay. So I'm going to get this guy. And I'm going to kind of put him on the outside here because we're having a little bit of a... All right. So, yeah. Okay. Once again. There we go. Good. All right. Once again for me. There we go. Probably could get that shaft a little bit more down. Pointing it down just a little bit more. There you go. Okay, once again. Good. Once again for me. There we go. Good. All right. Let your head kind of turn just back just a little bit. There you go. Okay. Good. Hey JT, do you need something, big guy?
Yep, just saying hi.
Hey buddy. Good. Okay. So notice what our hip's doing, right? Feel how that thing's turning back behind us. Let's keep going. All right, where do we feel it in our feet?
Right here, feel it through more the heel in the middle, and then right here, feel it on the top.
Perfect, perfect. That's what we want to kind of do. Good. Once again, turn again. Good. Now as you come through, come on through for me. No, not so much underneath. There we go. Okay. Once again. Turn. Good. There you go. Let that right foot release. Let it release. Yeah, so. Yeah, there you go. Okay, once again. Good. Yeah, there you go. Get yourself finished on a firm left side, okay? Don't get stuck so far behind. Yeah, there you go. Good. There you go. Okay. Trying to get rid of that reverse C that we kind of have a little bit, right? Yeah, there you go. Good work. Once again for me. Yeah, okay. That's what we're going for right there. All right, feel what that movement pattern is? Uh-huh. Better. Okay. Let's see how our head's moving here. Good. Good. Okay, one more time for me. All right, let's talk about a few things that we need to work on, right? We can see that the head, right, a little bit in the backswing is getting into the line a little bit, right? We want to do this drill, right? Get a little object down on the ground and something out in front of us and make sure that we're turning behind it. Okay, make sure that we're turning behind it, and especially with the driver, we want to kind of stay behind it, right? We want to lead into it, right? I want to feel like my head's against a wall. Boom, that's impact, and then come through as we come through. All right, does that make sense, big guy?
Yep.
All right, so a few things that we kind of noticed here, right? Go ahead and give me a couple turns there real quick. All right. All right, turn to that basket. Okay, we're getting more of the feeling of that lead shoulder getting over our right foot, right?
Yep.
Okay, now as we kind of come through, stomp and go. Yep, that's where we want to finish right there. Okay. Boom. Okay. One more time for me, partner. Good. Okay. So, things that we worked on here today, right? One, we worked on making sure that we get our head to turn back behind it, stay behind it, and then after impact, then we're going to come to a firm left side. Okay. The other thing we could kind of notice a little bit that was, not helping our low point too much was that we're getting our hips to slide a little bit, right? So we want to make sure that we feel like our right cheek, right, this guy right here is turning closer to the target. So as I go, there, okay? Making sure that I feel that my upper body is turning against my lower body as I go, okay? Big thing that I think we kind of discovered a little bit here is making sure that we kind of hover the club a little bit, right? That's what all the good players are doing with the driver, right? They don't leave it on the ground static. They kind of hover that club just a little bit, and you get less resistance as we come back and go through, okay? Any questions? No. Okay? So, go have a good one. I will see you on Friday. If you have any questions, let me know. Keep working on it, okay? Did we get a hitting mat yet?
Hitting mat? No.
Okay, let's get one of those, okay? So we can practice at the house.
I'll let Mom know when I get in the car.
All right, very good, very good.